Recording in progress.
This is just where I was in the last meeting, so I didn't feel it.
No, it's there. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. This is the Delaware Township Planning Board. It's Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, and it is 7:34. Apologies for the delay. That was my griping about something. So we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item, notice statement. Notice requirements called for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Said notice was transmitted to the Hunterdon County Democrat, the Times of Trenton, and Star Ledger. Said notice was posted in the Delaware Township Municipal Building and filed with the Township Clerk on January 4th, 2025. Roll call, please.
Mayor Wilkie?
Here.
McDaniel?
Here.
Wallman?
Here.
Coffee? Wright?
Here.
Miller?
Here.
Vice Chair Katz?
She said she was probably not going to be able to make it this evening.
And Chairperson Leslie?
Yes. Okay, next item, board professionals in attendance. We have Steve, we have Nick, and we have Adam in lieu of Richard. Next is the meeting minutes for November 18th, 2025. Did everybody have an opportunity to review the meeting minutes?
I'll move the minutes.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mark can second, yes. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
I abstain.
And
Wasn't here.
Mr. Miller will also be abstaining.
That's right. I wasn't
Okay,
absent.
all right. Okey-doke. Next, bill list. Okay, not nearly as bad as last time. So, first we have general non-escrow, two bills from Colliers. Invoice number 1118181, from November 26, 2025, in the amount of $481.25. And, invoice 1118182, also from November 26, 2025, in the amount of $962.50. Is there a motion?
I'll move the general non-escrow bill list.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Wilkie?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Wallman?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Chairperson Leslie?
Okay, it looks like there's, a general escrow bill for, this would be, Parker McKay. Invoice 3205889, in the amount of $536.50. Is there a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second? Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Wilkie?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Wallman?
Yes.
Coffee?
Stay.
Wright?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Chairperson Leslie?
Yes. Okay, next we have escrow bills for Colliers. The first one is in the Overman matter. Invoice 1113659 from November 7th, 2025, in the amount of $225. Is there... And there's also... Oh, no, that's illegal, sorry. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
A roll call?
Mayor Wilkie?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Wallman?
Yes.
Coffee?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Vice Chairperson Leslie?
Yes. Next from Colliers, the Ollie construction matter, invoice 1113661 from November 7th, 2025, in the amount of $653.75. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Mayor Wilkie?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Waltman.
Yes.
Coffee.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Jefferson.
Yes. Next, engineering, Colliers Engineering, in the matter of 51 LR LLC, invoice 1113658, November 7th, 2025, in the amount of $90. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mayor Wilkie.
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Waltman.
Yes.
Coffee.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Jefferson.
Yes. And finally, Colliers Engineering, in the matter of 906 Surgeonsville Road, I believe that's the Murray Contracting, invoice number 1113660 from November 7, 2025, in the amount of $612.50. Motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
roll call.
Mayor Wilkie.
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Waltman.
Yes.
Coffee.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Jefferson.
Yes, okay, and 2 legal bills. First legal bill, in the matter of Headquarters Farm, invoice 3205890, in the amount of $277.50. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Mayor Wilkie.
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Waltman.
Yes.
Coffee.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Jefferson.
Yes, and finally, legal bill in the matter of the Overman, 27 Locktown School Road matter, invoice number 3205891, in the amount of $37. Motion,
So moved.
second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mayor Wilkie.
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes.
Waltman.
Yes.
Coffee.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Jefferson.
Yes, all right. Next item is correspondence, we have none. Next item, completeness review, we have none. Next item, concept plan, we have none. Next item, application, we have none. So now we will move on to committee reports. Subdivision and Site Plan Review Committee, that report is from me. We are scheduled to visit the site for the 27 Locktown Road application, which was deemed complete, and will be heard on January 6th. The subcommittee will be meeting on December 10th, and the site visit will be December 14th. That's it. Ag advisory, Mr. Crosby.
Yes, we did, they're still moving action. Mr. Sanchez, would be the newly appointed secretary, is doing well so far. Let's see, we discussed the livestock ordinance. We made a few changes, we sent to Kathy and added to it. And then we discussed what happens on the appointment of the vacant seat. I don't know how that's going to go. In the past, there was always a consultant. The chairman was consulted on those who applied. Things changed. Then we need a mailbox, or email for the secretary to ask for where to send things. And then we just talked about the targeted farm list, and we're done. They're continuing on the targeted farm, so as far as I can.
Thank you. Next matter is Open Space Committee. That is also Mr.
When did we do that last time? Open space. Let's see. Talked about Green Acres. The property, Zutska, whatever. I did my best. There's paperwork for Burns is moving along. And let's see, we'll send another round of cards regarding preservation and planning an April outreach with other agencies in April sometime. and the Open Space Explorers contest or whatever is closed, and recognition will take place in February.
And also, our fabulous open space coordinator indicated she will be geared up to prepare quarterly reports for submission to the township committee, so that the township committee has a better idea. Master Plan Committee, we had a question from the public a couple months ago, and it was discussed by the board last month relating to the use of the word perimeter on page 73 of the Open Space and Recreation Plan. There was some concern about that word perimeter referring to the Kohler property. The Reamer property, sorry about that. And so there was a question as to whether or not the plan could be revised, and if so, what would be involved, whether or not we would have to do public notice and a public hearing and all of that, just in order to remove the word perimeter. So I did consult with our board attorney, and he gave me his response, which is?
I think the word perimeter can be removed because it was merely descriptive of the path that exists. You don't want to call it a perimeter path, call it something else. It's called a path to the woods. But it was descriptive of what was there. It was not a design for what we wanted to have there in the future as part of the plan. So you can change those few words without re-emphasizing.
Okay, so in order to change it though, we have to review it on the planning board level and then adopt it again, or?
I think you can, do it by resolution, just ask Nick to make the changes, and make sure that the, as revised, it's on the website, so everyone's using the same document.
Okay, and does it need to have a date on it again? Revised, or current through December 2nd, or whatever?
That's going to be up to him as to how he wants to designate it, simply so it doesn't get confused.
Okay.
But this is a minor change, I wouldn't even call it an amendment.
Right.
It's like a typographical change.
Right, okay. All right, well, that being said, is the board interested in making that correction? And if so, I guess it would just be by way of a motion, and then you would draft a resolution, or is it just a verbal resolution?
The motion is going to be reflected in the minutes.
Okay, let's do that.
You can make that change.
So if there's, if anyone is interested in making a motion to make that one change on page 73, in removal of the word perimeter.
And just refer to it as paths.
Yeah.
And why are we doing that?
Long story. It's, as Steve said, it's really just, it was a description of the existing
But it is, that's what it
circumstances.
is.
You want to broad
Word is
discussion of whether
exact.
you should do that or not.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
another issue.
the perimeter,
I'd like to hear your interpretation of that, if you don't mind, whether we should be doing that.
Completely up to you.
It's just a plan, it doesn't mean,
exactly.
and that's what it is, it's a perimeter.
It's conceptual in nature, right?
No, it's not even that. The section where the word perimeter is used is the overview of existing conditions.
Says there is a
Correct? Is
limit.
that correct?
I want to just double check that one.
That's the way.
I think I've thought since we've had this discussion that if it were up to the people that lived around the park, we would do nothing with that field at all, just let it grow grass and have no involvement at all. I think we've conceded too far, in my opinion. We should be able to utilize that space without regard of what the neighbors think. So I don't care if you change it or not, but I just think we've conceded far too much.
This in no way restricts the township from being able to utilize its property in any way that it desires, as long as it's within what would normally be allowed in such a zoning or whatnot.
The change that Ross was talking about doesn't do anything to the substance of the plan.
Right.
It is descriptive only of what's there now. If you want to call it a perimeter path, which I guess the neighbors were objecting to, you can. If you want to take out the word perimeter, just call it a path or a path through the woods, you can do that without changing the substance.
Okay.
But it doesn't change the substance, so why would you go through all that?
Right.
I mean, a resolution, everybody's time and money
Does it look like we care?
and budget.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's mostly, mixed time,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
isn't much to remove it and repost it, but it is certainly some. And, as noted, it's descriptive of the existing conditions, and in fact, there is a perimeter path along the legal property.
The question to me was, is this a change that would require renotice and readoption?
Right,
And I said, no.
Correct.
Absolutely not. It's a change, that's more like a typographical change. You can make it, it doesn't affect the substance of the plan whatsoever.
But it's not wrong.
So it's
that's
so
correct.
Right.
completely in your discretion whether you want to do that or not.
Thank you.
So is there a motion to leave the plan the way it is, or to change the plan?
I'd make a motion to leave it the way it is.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor to leave the plan
I'll
the
second.
way it is, seconded by Ms. McDaniel. I guess a roll call?
Mayor Gurke?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Waltman?
Yes.
Coffee?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Chairperson Rucker?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Nick, for looking into that as well. Okay, so there is another master plan issue, but I think it's more appropriately discussed when we get to the zone change committee. And I can make a report, because I know you guys haven't really met officially, or designated a report. So the next item would be the ordinance review committee. Mr. Coffey, you're on again.
Oh, yes, last we spoke where the livestock animal ordinance, anyway, was discussed that ag tonight, and there will be a couple minor changes. And then Kathy will add it to the document, and then it will be presented here. And then it goes from here to whoever's going to write it up into an ordinance form. And what township committee before it goes to ordinance, in case they want to make changes before that. So that's where we are.
So now we're giving you lots of work. 2 weeks ago, we gave you the accessory building ordinance information. So, all right, thank you. Quarry Compliance Committee, Ms. Katz is not here. So we'll table that. Stormwater Management Committee, Mr. Miller?
Yeah, so we met the last couple of months. I got to say that not much happens.
Okay.
It is the strangest thing, and I don't know how to, I'm just being transparent. There's nothing that gets done or gets discussed, or we have meetings. I've brought up the fact that we should bring in the Princeton Review and really look at major issues that affect our area from a stormwater perspective, and it was said, it's not what we really do. We look at things like the parks and the police stations and smaller projects, and I'll be honest, I don't know what we need for, to be honest.
So I guess a question for you, Steve. Legally, the Stormwater Management Committee, I guess it was created by the planning board, or was it created by the township? Do we know?
It was us.
The township?
Mm-hmm.
So then maybe the issue would be for the township committee to give the Stormwater Management Committee
I think they need some direction.
stronger direction.
Yeah, I really do.
Sure.
I think one of the biggest concerns that they had was all the stormwater here in Surgeonsville and how we can mitigate some of the flooding that we get on heavy storms.
Well, and that's what I brought up, because I said, let's look at this Princeton Hydro and let's discuss major issues. 'Cause, I've had a lot of community members talk to me about, especially Lower Creek Road and things that are getting washed out. How can we, and I've talked to some community members that are willing to step up and help, but that's not something that they want to put on the agenda.
Surgeonsville and Rosemont.
Yeah.
Rosemont has a big-
So I just think that the direction of the committee itself is misguided. That's just my opinion from being here.
No, that's very helpful information. And maybe as,
Miss Lockwood, pardon me, Miss Lockwood's on that, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll talk to Sue about it and see what.
I was gonna say, I don't know officially, like, the planning board is officially requesting the township committee to give the stormwater management committee direction.
Well, you know what, I'll look at it right now and see sort of where it's cascades.
Okay,
Um,
okay. All right,
The ordinance ought to say what its duties and responsibilities are.
okay,
And then we can see, is it simply to work through existing stormwater plans, or is it something more?
Mhm.
Let's talk about areas in the town that might need greater stormwater management.
and if it's determined that more is required, then that would require perhaps a revision of, or updating of the ordinance?
Well, I mean, they obviously can't do things, they can't spend money.
Right.
Only the township committee can do that. It's really a matter of what does the township committee want them to do? Is it something that we have to have by statute because of the state? The state requires it, or is there something more we want to have?
Right.
I think to me, being a part of the committee, it only makes sense that the township committee can't be very specific with everything. So therefore you have committees that look into deeper situations, and the situations that they want to look into are surface level at best. Putting a rain garden at the police station or having them not cut the grass doesn't really affect Lower Creek and their flood concerns. And I think as a stormwater committee, we should be looking at larger issues to bring to the township committee and addressing those in a way that allows them, that we could educate the township committee and let them make informed decisions. And to me, it's just a waste of my time,
So
what we've
maybe,
done up to this point.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons we brought back the stormwater was for the Tier A classification. To help with, there's some training that needs to be done so we get points.
Yeah, and 3 meetings ago, and I don't mean to be negative here, but 3 meetings ago, I addressed that, and I was tasked to lead that, only to find out that that's something that Justin from DPW does and has maintained this entire time, and Stormwater Committee didn't even know it existed.
There is more than,
There could be some, well, certainly I can speak to that. So I work with Justin on stormwater compliance efforts with the township's Tier A stormwater permit with DEP. So there are some higher level things which are coming, we're finalizing the mapping for the stormwater. We resubmitted recently to the DEP for final approval. Once that mapping is finally approved, then essentially what you're speaking to, Mr. Maloney, we're looking at larger global issues, localized flooding as well as township-wide flooding concerns. That's going to be part of what's called the watershed improvement plan that DEP has tasked every municipality in the state to do on a local level. So I think that's something important that the Stormwater Committee could get involved with.
I would
get the mapping approved.
I would love that. I don't think that the current committee even knows what that means.
Right, but certainly.
so maybe you should bring this entire discussion to the township committee's attention, since they're the ones that control.
and we've always been kind of waiting for the mapping to be done,
That's
Okay.
right? We have.
DEP
and all-
saying-
No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
Yeah,
but all the rest of the members of the committee, of the township committee, I'm sure would be very interested to hear what you have to say.
and the other elements were mentioned, in terms of training, it's not only DPW training, which I've handled as the municipal engineer, there's also public education and outreach efforts, which maybe that's something the Stormwater Committee could take on. If there's community day or other event, you could have a display talking about stormwater pollution.
This would be, I really think that you'd be a valuable member of, just to hear what you have to say or Justin has to say, because I don't think there's enough communication between our Stormwater Committee and the DPW that really enacts all of this information, and the engineer. So, I mean, just to have somebody of authority just to tell them, hey, here's what we're doing.
I mean, a rain garden at the park or the police is great, and that gives you points towards your permit.
Sure.
So annually you have to have so many points, or is it?
You do.
Yeah, okay.
Every year,
Every
there's,
year, yeah.
they have, DEP created this whole system, you have so many categories of public education and outreach, and you need to have so many points from each category. Newsletter article, which I've helped put that together, or at least give me some feedback to get that in the newsletter. Then, public events where you have larger, you can have little giveaways, like don't dump in the storm drain sort of thing. A poster, I went to a community day in White Township, in Warren County, and I printed out like a rain garden poster. I had 3 people come up to me, but at least the poster was there, and they got points for it. So sort of those kinds of things could be spearheaded by the stormwater authority.
And it creates a trip day for the public school down the road.
Exactly. Yeah, a rain barrel workshop. Because
Right.
I bet you people are interested in that. You get water to, water your vegetable garden or something. That could be something. And you could bring Rutgers Cooperative Extension in. One of the professors there, Dr. Brupta, he's really, really into it. He loves it. He'll come in and give you the whole training on rain barrels, everything else. And the stormwater committee could do that, certainly.
So is it, I'm not seeing it in the ordinances. Is it new? Was it created?
It was created right after Ida, so, I don't know if JT actually,
Diana found it, yeah.
Diana found it somewhere.
It's been around a long time.
Unique.
It has, we sort of revived it
Yeah, for
because,
the tier.
right, that the Tier A requirement and from the effects of Ida, we determined that it was the best thing to put that back together. But as far as the ordinance is concerned, empowering that particular subcommittee, I don't know where that would be.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
can't remember what she said.
Stormwater, many years ago, was part of planning board, and then because of the number of storm issues we had on the roads around the school at the time before the drainage was fixed. And then it sort of fell out of favor, then it was brought back, but it was an advisory situation because it went along with the environmental people regarding our rights to right-of-ways on drainage ditches and things like that. And they were supposed to deal with those issues as well because we had many of our drainage ditches in the way back didn't work, so they flooded a lot of streets. And then then it didn't, when it wasn't a public outcry anymore, it sort of just died of, sort of just withered away because of lack of interest. And then we had the major storms come back, and then we're back involved again.
I've just not seen it when I
Yeah.
searched for stormwater committee.
I'll
I've not
try
seen
and,
it pop up on
I'll
the
send it
code.
to you, what we found.
Okay. But it's not something that was created as part of the MS4 requirements.
No, definitely not.
So maybe June, connect. And
Agreed,
Yeah.
agreed.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much, Patrick. That was great. Not great that it's not good, but thank you for the transparency. Helpful. No, if people don't speak up, you don't know. Okay, so next we have the zone change committee, and that would be Diane, Jamie, and Mark, and Nick. And Nick very kindly has already done some preliminary work about looking at that site. So maybe Nick, you can give us a little overview of your thoughts. And then my thought was after he shares that preliminary information, the 3 of you can sort of review it in more detail, discuss with him, and then come back and make a recommendation to the planning board about next steps. I think there are a couple of options, so.
Great.
Certainly. So, as was mentioned, I took a look at the site. because this was a recommendation that had come up as part of the 2022 reexamination report, and then prior to that, the one before it, that Route 12 should be examined for potential commercial zoning. The application came in for that one property at the corner of Route 12 and looking at the surveys, Trenton Easton Turnpike. Actually, I can share my screen.
579.
579.
It is small text there.
Oh yeah, really tiny text there. Okay. It is an odd shaped lot, but looked at each of the properties to see how they're currently being used, what their sizes are, to see what, is there anything that might make sense? And actually, if I can, I'll share my screen. Oh. Is it possible to undisable the screen share?
Don't worry about it. I
Alright.
think just a very, very
Yeah,
simple
so,
preliminary
yeah,
discussion
so
that.
looked at like
committee
those
can-
properties, have an idea of what exists there, because I think no one wants to necessarily create anything that's gonna create nonconformities along that strip. So understanding what's there, the property that's been requested is right across the street from one of the small C1 highway commercial zones. That's where the Dunkin' and the gas station is, and then next to it is the self-storage. So there is some C1 in that area. So that's basically it, short of sharing some additional imagery.
Just one question though, Wishioki Creek goes right past there,
That's correct.
so we have to be careful to see one stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You should
actually,
be able to share.
Excuse me?
No, I'm just
Oh.
letting you know.
we did actually look at that, and it goes up and away from the subject property.
Well, I know the Board of Adjustment gave a variance for that storage place, and
Right.
it's right behind that storage place
Right,
is where the stream goes.
right, now it's on the other side, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
No, I had the exact same question.
Crosses Route 12, right, just down a little bit further up.
I had the exact same question.
Yeah, so the property that, I guess the board has been sent the request is this long parcel here on the south side of Route 12. And then, the self-storage facility is here, gas station, and then some other commercial structures here.
How many acres is this?
This site, the one that they're requesting, it's just over 3. I believe it's 3.28, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, 3.38.
So, if you wanted to do, would you make a commercial zone out of the existing commercial properties plus this?
I mean, the existing commercial properties are already zoned commercial.
Or zone?
Well,
Or
these ones are zoned commercial.
which is the one that's got the use variance?
The self-storage facility right here.
So that's A1?
This is existing C1.
But it's still got a use
Let me, I can,
Maybe the storage wasn't a permitted use in the C1?
yeah, that's that property right there. I mean, granted, this is our, yeah. So you have a handful of commercial sites here. So this is already existing commercial district. There is one other, realize I'm only sharing the window. So that doesn't mean, stop the share, restart the share. Here, I'm pulling up the aerial imagery here. All right, so yeah, you have the gas station, self-storage, and then you have some other commercial entities here. And then further down You do have the small little strip retail down here. But there is quite a bit of residential in between, along with the creek, which you can see passing through.
The zoning is, that's right, the town of Worcester, right?
No, the town border comes up. I need to pull up another window. Let's see if that, okay. So the town borders to the east would be where the gas station and the subject property are, and then to the west, a couple properties after that strip retail.
So it's worth evaluating that whole section. So, that said, I think, it gives you guys a little bit of something to work with, and, Nick's already done some preliminary analysis, so, the subcommittee, if you want to get together and hash out, I think it's appropriate to present it to the board. And like I said, I think they had a few, options,
Yeah, there's a couple
what
of
to do,
Okay.
all right? That
Thank
work?
you.
Very cool, thank you so much for the zone change committee report. You guys got off this time, but next time one of you's gonna have to do a report. All right, next item on the agenda, liaison reports. And, oh my goodness, we have Mr. Klein, we've not seen you in a long time.
Well, the Board of Adjustment met on the 5th Thursday instead of the 2nd Thursday because there was an emergency. The cell tower, which is right over here, has changed hands, and the new person that got the bid was not allowed to use the old tower and wants to put up a new tower, which is not permitted in this zone. So they needed a variance for that. We granted that variance, and the tower is going to be built, and the antennas are going to be transferred to the new tower, which is 63 feet, I believe, to the west of the existing tower. It'll be the same height, but there'll be, I think, fewer antennas because there's only 3 major. But the main reason it was an emergency is because our emergency system runs off of that tower. And if that tower were shut down, we would be missing our emergency services. So that's why we had an emergency meeting and granted that variance. We have a meeting, was scheduled for next week. It's been postponed till February. It's the deli, which is down, used to be Maresca's Meat Market, made some changes that they needed to have a variance for and forgot to get it. So we have a meeting about that in February.
Why couldn't they use the tower?
Hey, what?
Why couldn't they use the tower?
What? Why? What?
Why couldn't they use the tower?
They weren't allowed to. The company that had the original lease would not allow them. Plus, there were some structural concerns about that tower because when they built that tower, they went down to. They were supposed to go down a certain number of feet. They hit bedrock and they stopped. They didn't make it as deep as it should have been. So they filled it with concrete instead, which made it more stable. But the new company was unwilling, I guess, to really take that over. So they're putting up a different style tower, which is going to be more stable.
What happens to the old tower?
They're going to have to take the old tower down.
Oh, okay. All right, so
Now, that brings me up to another point. When that tower was put up, I think that was the first tower that was approved in Delaware Township. And at the time, we did not have an ordinance, a tower ordinance. We do have one now which requires a escrow for removal. I don't think that was in place with the old tower. I think the Township Committee should review that and make sure that they are able, that they will take down that tower.
So cell towers have to put an escrow aside for the demo?
There's supposed to be an escrow put aside for every cell tower in Delaware Township for removal.
Do we have any right now?
I'm sorry?
Do we have any escrows currently?
Do we have any? I That's what we put in, that's part of our approval.
How many towers are in Delaware Township, do you know, John?
Probably around 6.
Okay, so some of them probably were subject to this.
Some
Okay.
are definitely subject to an escrow move.
Was it escrow or bonded?
I think it was an escrow. That's a good point, Larry. I'm not sure whether it was a bond or, I think it was an escrow. I may be.
I mean, I remember some of the discussion was that the escrow, we'd have to keep track of it. If it was bonded, we wouldn't.
Bond, yeah.
It might
This is the
be.
annual premium.
Yeah, I don't know of any.
They can put up cash
Yeah,
in escrow.
Okay.
whatever. All right, well, thank you.
Okay.
Environmental Commission, Ms. Cass is not here. So we'll table that report. Shade Tree Commission, Mr. Coffey.
Could I interrupt just a second? I had a question for Chuck about this cell phone situation. The bonding or the escrow, is that per tower or is it per company?
Per tower.
Okay, so we could.
Same company, but per tower.
So if it's Crown Castle, we couldn't ask them to apply their bonding or escrow that they have for another tower to the removal of the one that isn't covered under.
No, because the tower isn't owned by the phone company, it's owned by a separate company.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
think Crown Council has any other towers.
In Delaware Township, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sorry to interrupt.
No, no worries. All right, it's up to you.
So
Board of Education.
nothing meaningful to report on. We do meet on the 16th this month. On a separate but related note, we have a big tractor parade this Saturday from 4 to 7, so they'll be gearing up and lining up over at the school and making their way this way. I think it's the 15th.
Didn't they just have an evacuation drill?
They know what they did evacuation, Julie, and they actually made it past the bleeding lights. That was a successful one. Yeah, last year was a full-blown one at the firehouse, but this was a different one.
No, within the Methodist Church.
That's right, yes, that went smoothly as well. Right about that.
Well,
All right, thank you. Okay, I will now open the meeting to the public for comments and questions. Ms. Stahl? Ms. Stahl, did you have a comment or question? All righty, thank you. And let's see, there's no one else there. And you're Steve.
My turn.
Yes. No, I keep forgetting that. And I always ask her if she has any comments or questions, which if you do.
Not today, I will.
Not today, okay. All right, there being no comments or questions from the public, I will close the public portion of the meeting and open it up to board members. Mr. Miller, do you have any comments or questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wright?
Nope, good.
All righty, Mr. Wright?
Nope. Nothing further, thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you read all the bills off, could we read them together? Do we have to vote separately on each bill?
I worry about that because they're related to different applications. So I don't know, what do you
For
think?
the escrows, you're better off voting on each escrow.
Really? Okay. All right, I was just trying to make it simpler.
It's,
Yeah, no, it's kind of annoying, but I feel like because they're separate accounts, theoretically.
That's all I have.
That's it?
Mhm.
All right, Larry? All right, I'll just say happy holidays to everybody, and we have our first meeting of the year, our reorganization on January 6th. I hope everybody can make it. Let's see. You're the only folks that are going to be different.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, I just was simply checking, like, do we have to? Yeah, and the liaisons, how are they chosen? Who did you choose? Okay. And my one member and my two alternates?
Mhm.
Okay. All
We
right.
should put the budget on the next
Yes.
meeting.
Okay, so then I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you.